Hey, good morning, everybody. I am absolutely thrilled that you're here with me today. It's a beautiful day, a lot warmer than it was yesterday. Yay! I'm Rita Hickman. I'm a body-mind expert, shiatsu massage therapist, and narcissistic relationships. And this week we're talking about the 5 before you leave. We've talked about at least 3 of the different skill sets or tools or things you need to get into place so that you really are in a capable, smart place that will mean that you'll actually be able to leave. What happens with anything, any sort of abuse or toxic situations, is that we finally get to the point, we allow ourselves to get angry enough or upset enough or hurt enough or whatever enough, or a situation arises that we leave. But we leave before we really have the tools to be successful. Because when we don't, what happens is we fall into our old habits and patterns, which got us there in the first place. So it's not even with you find the same sort of relationships. It's that you behave the same way in relationships. You still have the same emotional reactions to things. You'll have the same belief systems around it. You have the support system you need. And so what we're talking about today is we're talking about number 4, which is metal, which is our protection. Metal in Asian medicine is fall. It's when we allow things to fall. It's when we gather our resources and put things in place to protect us through a long winter until we can get to spring again. And so before you make any big moves in your life, it's important that you to make sure that you'll be able to make it through the long winter, through the time after you leave, or the time to make it through the times when emotions come in, and depression and anxiety and anger and hurt, because finally you're not in a position where you're fighting all the time and distracted by how you feel. Now you actually have to be in a good place where you can deal with how you feel. You know how to minimize it, how to manage it, how to work with it. Now, yesterday we talked about the physical things, supplements or meditations, or you discovering how you work, about what sorts of things affect your personal. There's one main thing that you can do. This is internally that you can do in order to get yourself prepared for the roller coaster ride of emotions that you go on once roller coaster. From depression, anxiety, anger, numbness, out of control, triggering, being paralyzed, nausea, headaches, all the things that come with having a high level of internal stress. So what causes internal stress? Internal stress is caused by having poor healthy habits in place so that you're not doing the things you need to do to stay healthy: water, fiber, movement, friendships, those external things, those choices you make. But it's all on the number and amount of suppressed traumas you have in your system. Trauma is something that happens. When those things happen, when you have a big spike of emotion and no way to move it through your body because it's not safe or you don't know how or whatever it may be, it stays stored there, and it adds a little bit extra stress and a little bit extra stress and a little bit extra stress. I mean, they've done tons of studies where people who've been through childhood traumas or experiences are more likely to struggle later on in life. And a big piece of that is the internal emotional drama that happens inside of us. And a lot of that drama is, as I said, caused by physical choices we make: diet, water, exercise, friendships. But it's also caused by the hundreds, if not thousands, of traumas which you have stored in your body. That is yourself from these big ups and downs. You do need to get some very important habits in place. And the first one is regular emotional detoxing. Morning or a few times a week or every night before bed or something. It's your Saturday morning ritual. But the more you do it, the better off you are, because it's like polishing a mirror. Every time you work, you chip away and you chip away and you chip away at something. It means that it cleans it up, it polishes it up, it takes the burden off of your system. So doing emotional detox work is extremely important, because what it does is internally it starts taking those stressors off of your body, and it means now you can think clearly. You don't have to worry you're going to be hijacked by emotions. You've got tools. You're able to make good decisions. Because you're not constantly being triggered by your own past traumas, by those things which are being held in your body and not released. So you can do for your internal, deal with getting the emotional stress off your body so that you don't trigger, so you can handle things that are going on, so you can stay present and not just shut down and fall into those old patterns. So how do you emotionally detox? You find a safe space. You do something that encourages you to get into a very relaxed mindset. Legal, herbs, meditation, breath work, music, whatever you need to do. Something that gets you into the most relaxed, open, watching a campfire, anything that puts you into a more relaxed state of. And then you start visiting some of these hard feelings and beliefs that you've pushed down. You tiptoe up to them. If they scare you, run away again. And then you tiptoe up again, and if they scare you, you run away again. But each time you get more familiar, you're learning how your emotions work. You're learning where they come from, how to manage them, who they are, what brought them there in the first place, not just now, but in the past. And you start to be present to your life story. And when you're present to your story, your body starts to detox all those things that wasn't safe, and you weren't able to process it through. You didn't have help, and your mind to figure it out. You have to go back and start allowing yourself to visit memories and some of those experiences so that you can start getting that toxin off of your system. And you'll end up peeing them out, breathing them out, crying them out, sweating them out. They will come out in some way when you allow yourself to be there. Now, what's a big fear? Big fear is that, once you're in this spiral of doom, that you'll be trapped. So before you go into this emotional healing detox work, you want to have things around. We have a timer, I have music, I keep water, I keep herbal medicines, I'll go outside, I'll take a shower. I've got things specifically in my mind that I know that we talked about yesterday that I know will help pull me out of a difficult first day, getting a support system outside you and inside you so that you can do this work, you can visit it, you can allow yourself and be safe doing it, traumatizing yourself. So it's important to get a health habit in place of detoxing, because what will it do? It will make you more stable, more balanced, more rational, make better decisions, not be hijacked by your emotions. It'll take off physical stress that's on your body. It'll help you respond instead of react. It will help you do the things that everybody says you should do, but are really hard to do when you're feeling triggered and emotional and trying to hold back this fear and anxiety, overwhelm and depression. When you're trying to hold back this flood of emotions that you have stored in your body, of course you're going to struggle even harder than you need to. So it's important for this number 4 thing to start working on emotional detoxing. And if you are nervous or don't know how to do it, reach out. We'll set something up on a regular basis. I'll walk you through. I'll stand with you. We'll do energy work. We'll do what we need to do so that you can get this process in place. Something that works for you so you feel comfortable, so you can start this emotional detoxing. Because we will always go back and go back to our basic needs. Safety, connection, things like that. And if we don't start dealing with the emotions that keep us feeling insecure and dealing with the emotions that keep us feeling not safe and keep us feeling overwhelmed, if we don't start dealing with those memories and those emotions and clearing them out of our system, then it's going to be so much harder. So you can also find lots of great clearing work on YouTube. Look, you don't, but get some help with this, because the sooner you start, then the sooner you will feel grounded and prepared and capable and will be capable of moving into the next chapter of your life. You want to have that stuff set up even before you leave so that you will be as successful as possible, okay? So cool. If you're struggling, reach out. If you're struggling, I do a group coaching program that's super affordable. that we meet every week where you can get extra support. You know, we can find a way that you don't have to do this by yourself. There's a path, there's a pattern. Many women have been there before you, and you can get there too. Okay? So I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I plan on it, and I gotta get going. So I'll talk to you later. Bye.